quick overview of the Ditch project management system. Hoping this is recording fine. So just to let you know, this obviously is not the finished product in any sense. This is kind of where we're at the moment. This was the latest package as of about a week ago. So there's changes being made and tweaks being done to this. But in general, most of the stuff's going to be there. So your home page is obviously going to be a set of dashboards going to give you information on different tasks you've got, tasks by race, risks and issues, open tasks. You've got information on your projects and races down here. We'll shoot through. Everything works kind of left to right in a hierarchy as we go through the tabs. So here you'll notice we have a program, digital transformation program. I'm the only person in the system currently, so everything's in my name, but obviously that will be different for you across multiple names. Start and end date of the program, when it was created, obviously description of it, and then the projects that are linked to this program of work. So we can see all of these straight away, and we can obviously just jump straight into them as a project. What we will do though is we'll just quickly jump back to the projects tab. So here I'll use garden waste as an example. So we can go into the garden waste project. We'll see that this one's already in progress. We can see the budget. We can see the sponsor, the owner. We can see if it's linked to a program or not. The date we thought we were going to start, the end date. We've got the planned number of races. So obviously this means you have to have done some pre-work before you get to this far to work out what you think that's going to look like. Again, a description. And we've then got the actual start date. We could have actual end date and actual number of races. There's a project close section here, which is for you actually to update it. So this is where you'll give it a gold, silver, bronze, depending on how well you view the success of the project. And you can set your own criteria for that. We've got risk and issues log down here. Everything's scored from 0 to 14. Within that, we then have the set of races that are linked to this project and the tasks and actions linked to that. Now, as you look at this, you have the races 1, 2, 3. That's auto generated. So when you start a new race, the next one will automatically say garden waste 4, garden waste 5, garden waste 6, and it's always related to the project name. So very, very simple. You don't have to set any of those things up yourself. We can go into a few. This web chat one, okay, that is under project management. One of them isn't planning app. You'll see that hasn't got a program as yet. Again, limited information. You've got planning app 1, 2, 3 races. You've got tasks and actions, and I haven't added any issues there. Races. This just tells you what races you've got set up, ready to come, which ones are currently running. Obviously the dates, the start dates of those within there. What you can do is change that to a race board. We've got a filter set up on this that only shows you the races that are currently running. I think we're going to amend that so we have so we'll say basically garden waste 1, 2 might be here, and no, it would be the other way around. So garden waste 2 would be running, garden waste 3 would be not started, and garden waste 1 would be finished. So it will always show you the last 3 of those. So again, you can filter that down so you can see all of them, and you can see them all as a list or one click. You can choose to see them or group them by status. You can see that by Kanban board, and again you can just pick these up, move them across, put them back as you wish. Within each project then you've got your tasks and actions that you need to do. Again, clicking on that just takes you into all the actions. You can immediately see what's started, what's not, and the different types. So this is obviously from my methodology. So make sure that we are having the discussions, we are delivering, we are discovering, deciding, designing, and that will give you obviously all the information that you need at the end of the project, particularly to run the audit. So we've got to meet with garden waste, we need to meet with the garden waste coordinator, and then we'll put the outcome in of what that conversation was once it's done in, and then obviously just mark status as complete to say that we've done that task. And so straightforward, but it gives you a huge audit list then of everything that you're looking at. If we break into tasks and actions, again, we've got a filter on this. So at the moment, this is only showing us tasks and actions from races that are currently active. So you'll remember from the race tab, Garden Waste 1 and Web Chat 1 were the two that were active. We can come out of that, go to recently viewed, see all of our tasks. And again, we can see that as a list or as a Kanban. And then when there's obviously more users within the system, you can go on My Tasks and just see tasks that have been allocated to you. Obviously at the moment, everything's allocated to me, so I can see them all. Risks and issues, very straightforward. Creating new ones, it will ask you if it's a risk or an issue, and you can fill it in. We then have impact, critical, major, minor, negligible, and the likelihood, and that is what then gives you the score. So if it's critical and almost certain, that will give you a 4x4, so the score will be 16 of that, as you'll see there. And again, there's just an easier way of managing that, and you can manage that kind of through the project if you're in here, so you can see them all related to the single project, or you can see them all related to every project, so you'll end up with a large list of risks and issues here. Reporting, then we can then jump into all reports. We've set some up again, quick and easy ones for you. We can go in and we can see tasks by type. So we know that there's 12 open tasks. We know which projects they're related to: Web Chat, Planning App, Garden Waste. Again, as you put more information in, that will grow. And again, you can go into any of these. There will be an end of race report. There's no data in this currently because I haven't finished any yet, but it will give you a completion percentage of tasks complete within a race. So within your tasks, again, very, very quickly, when you get to mark status as complete and you get to finished, you'll be asked two questions. Is it finished, not complete, or finished, complete? What that basically does is you can get to the end of the task and say, we put in 15 tasks in this period, we completed 12 of them, we finished complete 3, not complete 3. When you mark them as not complete, those 3 tasks will automatically replicate into the next race. So they'll be there, but it's done, so you've got a record of what wasn't completed in one race. So it's a little bit of help to get you slightly better at how you're planning how many tasks and activities are being done. Similarly, when you're doing a project, instead of having a period where we say, okay, we need to extend this project by another month because we've been quite slow, what we're actually going to do is we're going to create a program of CRM install. We're going to allocate this to that program. We'll create a CRM install 2 project. So again, we can see immediately that list of the projects that says we know why we've got a 2 or a 3 or a 4 added to this. It might be because it's overrun, or it might be because you're deriving more value from the project than you originally thought, and it makes more sense to carry on. So hopefully, really quick, simple to understand. As I say, we'll start with programs. You break the programs down into your projects. You break your projects down into races. From there, you break each of your races down into the number of tasks and actions they've got to do. We'll keep you the risk and issues log, and we'll then create a number of reports with you, excuse me, that will help you to understand exactly what's going on. So at the end of each race, we'll give you a report how well you've done. There'll be reports at the end of the projects, but basically all of the data and information within the system can be reported on. It can be exported, downloaded, and everything else. And obviously the dashboard, you can configure how you really want that. So hopefully it's a really good, simple, kind of useful tool to start you move into a position of working in a more agile fashion from a project management perspective. You don't need to know all the answers. You don't need to know everything up front. You can add the tasks and actions as you go. You can just click new. You add a new task. It will ask you which race it needs to be in. It will ask you what type it is. It'll ask you what project it's related to. It's all very, very simple, very straightforward to manage. So very quick 10-minute overview. As I said, some things will change and useful for other stuff. We'll make some tweaks and everything, but that hopefully as a starter for 10 gives you an idea of where we're going with it. Thank you.